All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Season 6, episode 28, presented by MyBookie. I mean, who could have predicted? We definitely didn't predict this on MyBookie, but my bracket is looking pretty good on MyBookie, not going to lie. So far, it's looking good. Head to
Five, right?
mybookie.ag. Sorry?
5 for 5. You got all the guys right so far?
I think so, yeah. I've got them all right so far. Minnesota clinched. Ducks clinched, which we'll talk about. Philly clinched. Craziness. Head to mybookie.ag. Use promo code AAS. Get $500 covered on your first bet, covered by MyBookie. And if you get it wrong, use your bounce back bonus and try it again for free. mybookie.ag. Promo code AAS. Zach, we're filming this on Friday, May 1st, yesterday. I mean, as you can see, I'm wearing the Ducks jersey from Mighty Ducks. Anaheim completely upsetting the Oilers, eliminating the Oilers, the back-to-back Western Conference champions from the playoffs. 4-2 series win, and just absolutely ran them last night. I was scared in that third period, but the rest of the game, it was all Ducks pretty much. Did you get to? I know it was late for you. Did you get a chance to see any of it, or catch highlights, or rewatch it or anything?
No, I saw the highlights, but yeah, those late games are killer for me. I mean, I can barely get through the first game. I think I watched most of the Minnesota Dallas game, but yeah, staying up for the Oilers to lose, done for the season. I mean, I think during our predictions, I called you crazy and picking with your heart and um, just your hatred for the Oilers. And sure enough, your pick was right.
I had the Ducks winning in 7. They ended up winning in 6. So technically, I'm only half right, but I got the most important part of that pick, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty surprising. I mean, we talked about it in the prediction show. Like Draisaitl was kind of hurt. We didn't really expect McDavid to also be a little bit hurt and questionable for a couple games, but their goaltending let them down. And I think you look at Quenneville, what he's been able to do with that young Ducks team, and add in a couple veterans, and they look pretty good. And there's going to be some big changes in Edmonton, I would say.
Yeah, and every piece of that Ducks team was rolling. They were playing. They were playing their role. Everything from the young guys, that the scorers like Cutter Gauthier, to the veteran players like Killorn really stepping up at key moments. In that fourth line, man, I mean, craziness. I mean, everyone keeps talking about it. They had one guy who was at Western Michigan last year, one guy who was a defenseman, and the other guy who was, I think he was just been in the A most of his career for like the last 10 years. Hey, so like,
Yeah,
not what you would.
and that's what you need in the playoffs. You need that depth and you need that fourth line, and they were able to do it. And Edmonton's depth just they were actually doing all the scoring, and I feel like McDavid and Draisaitl were a little bit cold. I felt like Podkolzin was good.
Yeah.
A couple of the D were pretty good, but everything else didn't go well for Edmonton.
The goaltending on both sides, I think, could have been a lot better. That was there were some really high scoring games, especially in the middle there at the start of the series. Like, I keep saying it. I really thought after that first game, the Ducks played really, really well, and then they lost. I thought that was going to be a huge confidence killer for them, and then they came back and ended up going up 3-1, and then here we are, Game 6. They didn't play as great in Game 5. I mean, they picked it up after the first period. If they had just gotten a couple saves from Dostal or Dostal, sorry if I mispronounced his name, but he ended like the first 3 shots in the Game 5, and then they kind of picked it up and were with him the rest of the game, just couldn't score. But they came to play. They played Game 6 like it was Game 7, dude. They were all over the Oilers. They scored first for the first time in the entire series, so that was a big thing for them. They scored second. They were up 2-0. Oilers got one back. They went up 3-1. And then they went up 4-1. And then the Oilers got one back. And then they ended up scoring an empty netter, and man, yeah, they ran through the Oilers, and you gotta be thinking if you're McDavid, like what's going on, and I think McDavid, he's got 2 years left on his deal. I think he's just got to be. I mean, he's got to leave that team. He's got to leave. He's got to say McDavid and his wife Lauren. He needs to tell Lauren to start on the new house plans in Chicago or somewhere where they could win a cup in the next 5 years because it's not going to be in Edmonton. She can design all the team jackets and a brand new house somewhere else and sell that $20 million house they have in Edmonton and move to a nicer city that could actually win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, he's already probably picking locations to where he wants to play next. I could see that. His wife's like liking Instagrams or TikToks about building a super team, kind of like how Miami did down in basketball. But we'll see what happens in McDavid land. I don't know. He's going to be pretty upset after this year.
I mean, when he does finally win a cup, the jackets that she's going to design are going to be so sick. If you like, I think she hit McDavid's wife, Lauren. I'm pretty sure she's the designer or she owns the company that designs a lot of those jackets. But like, I feel like she's the only one in the league that should be allowed to do it. The rest of them are pretty brutal compared to what they've got going on at Edmonton. I'll give them that. Like, she designs those jackets, and her company, I forget what it's called. It was like Club Atelier or something like that. They did a lot of the Hockey Canada Olympic jackets as well. Like, so sick. And I can admit that as a guy who despises the Oilers. So sick. I would much rather see those jackets, her designs on another team.
Yeah, I like their track looking jackets. I don't know about the leather ones and stuff, but
I liked
yeah,
those leather ones.
two jackets for a first round exit is a tough look.
Yeah, that's tough. I'm a big jackets guy, so I mean, I'm a like you. I hate when it gets too hot because then I can't wear jackets and I'll suffer. I'll sweat, man. Like you, I've been in Nashville a few times, even in like early spring, and I'll wear my full like legit leather jacket. And people are like, dude, what are you doing? It's 25 degrees out. I'm like, it looks good.
I'm more of a hoodie guy, but yeah,
Yeah.
once summertime hits, it's tough to rock the hoodie, and unless it's early in the morning or late at night in Canada.
Yeah, but you're jacked though, so you can get away with the t-shirts or a thin long sleeve. I'm small, so like I need to do extra curls before I just go out in a t-shirt.
Need the leather jacket, eh?
Makes the arms look a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's the next round's going to be interesting, but props to Anaheim, man. Those guys, they battled. They deserve it. The only thing that could have made it better was the purple and jade jerseys, I think.
Yeah, those would be sweet. I saw your tweet about that. Those are unreal jerseys. They got to bring them back at some point. The
Yeah.
orange is kind of cool, but imagine if they wore the jersey you're wearing now.
That'd be so sick. I would love that. Like if they did like a specialty um like a special night or something like that, like a theme night is what I'm trying to say. Even though cuz like the Disney doesn't own the Ducks anymore, but I think they were able to take the IP with them. I don't know if that included the movie in terms of like this stuff. I'm sure it did, but yeah, I don't know why they don't just go back to the purple and jade. They did a couple years ago. It was right before. I think it was like the season before Zegras got traded. They had those, or maybe it was the last season they were with Adidas. They had like the 20th anniversary or the 30th anniversary, whatever they were. The Ducks, like they had the mask and the circle and the purple and jade. Those are sick.
Is that what Disney owns? Is the mask ones?
Disney doesn't own it anymore. When they sold the team, the new owners were able to like they're allowed. They own the Mighty Ducks name, the logo, the colors. So like they're allowed. Like there was a rumor going around for a while that they weren't allowed to because of the movie or because Disney owned it. But yeah, when they sold the team, that went with them.
Oh, I gotcha.
I don't think the movie itself went with it, but the Mighty Ducks name and stuff and the colors and the logo they all did. That's why I was like, if they're going back to the mask logo now, they may as well just go back to purple and jade.
Yeah, exactly. Or like you said, do like a theme night, like kind
Yeah.
of like Carolina does with the Hartford Whaler jerseys. Like do something like the jersey that you have now, or the purple. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. as long as it's a game jersey, not like a warm up jersey. Because I hate when they do the theme warm up jerseys and they just look like practice jerseys. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you guys are gonna do theme nights, like that's the one thing I don't like about the NHL in terms of that. I think like what juniors and college and even like the American leagues, they just have like less stipulations. I think or less. It's like less strict guidelines. Everything has to get approved by the NHL or whatever. It'd be a lot nicer if teams could just pull up a jersey and be like, "Oh, we're in this tonight."
Yeah, I heard like especially in playoffs, if you pick one jersey, you have to stick with that jersey, like whether it's home and away. You can't like change your red jersey to like a black jersey like when you're at home or on the road. Like
That's crazy.
but I think the next series you can change it. So I don't know why they don't just let them wear whatever they want and just coordinate it with the other team to not make it similar colors.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, especially if it's dark jersey versus white jersey. Like
Yeah.
it's not really gonna clash. I mean, a lot of I did see a post that said this first round was probably the worst matchups in terms of in terms of color schemes for jerseys. It was like Anaheim, Edmonton. Anaheim's full orange, and the Oilers had the orange shoulders, and then
Yeah.
Dallas and Minnesota, it's like green and black, and then who else was it? Pittsburgh. Everyone is chirping Pittsburgh jerseys, just the bright orange or the bright yellow, and obviously Philly more orange.
Yeah.
Like
It's
so,
actually kind of crazy. We played a game this year in Hungary against one of the Hungarian teams in our league, and they had like quite a bit of green on their jerseys, and it was a little bit darker green, and we are pretty much full green on our jerseys. And it was like kind of hard to tell which team was which. Like there was definitely guys out there passing to the wrong team. So sometimes you got to really watch when you're picking which jerseys you're wearing against a specific team.
for sure, and I'm sure that's why the NHL does it. But
Yeah,
just to give a little bit more freedom, like you said, if you're coordinating with the other team and letting them know, like especially in the playoffs, like if you want to alternate between your normal home and your third jersey or whatever, I think you should be able to do that.
yeah, exactly.
They did say, what was it, this season or last season when they started doing both color jerseys? Who was it that did that? Was it Toronto and Ottawa or Toronto and someone else? It was like blue versus red. Like they all had the dark jerseys, or maybe it was Boston or something like that one night. But they all had like their home color jerseys rather than their away whites.
That'd be cool. Yeah, yeah. The colors have to be a lot different. Like you couldn't do Carolina red and Philly orange. Like that would be way too close to being the same color.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be tough to watch on the eyes too. I feel like that would be just a pain in the ass to keep track of and to look at.
Yeah. But Philly actually got it done. They made it through.
Philly made it through. What a They almost went to 7, dude. Like
3-3, 1-0 overtime win.
1-0. And props to Crosby and the Pens though for staying in it. They're going down 3-0 and coming
Yeah,
back, winning 2 games in a row, almost winning that game 6 to go to game 7, which would have been in Pittsburgh, which would have been sick for them. Uh, but yeah, 1-0 OT. I'm looking at it now. That game was sick too. I caught most of that game. Like the tendies were unbelievable. Vladar. Where was
yeah.
this? Where was this Vladar in Calgary? Dude stopped 42 shots. I don't think he ever stopped 42 shots in his career before that. Like, I'm probably
Big
lying
shutout,
there, but
man. Clinching game, he gets a shutout. That's huge. And I think against Carolina it'll be a little bit tougher series, but
yeah.
tough to see Pittsburgh go out like that. And be interesting to see if Crosby goes to World Championships now. I'm sure he's played way too much hockey and probably just wants to relax a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see which guys go, especially after the first or second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I saw Celebrini is going, Gavin McKenna's going, but Dart isn't going again. Like, I don't know what.
Guys, not?
I haven't seen him announced yet. Maybe he'll get announced later, but he hasn't confirmed yet. So like, I don't know why that kid refuses to go to World Championships, but
They asked him. I'm sure he'll go. I'd be surprised. I mean, Celebrini's going. He loves
yeah.
hockey. has to keep going. He's going to be the star of that tournament, probably the go-to guy. And if they could get Bedard and McKenna there too, yeah, like they'd have a pretty good team.
Um,
Crosby, I don't think will be there, but we'll see what happens.
Imagine those three on a line together.
Insane.
Are you getting the tap to go to the pre-tournament again this year?
No, they usually pick the guys that are already in Europe. So
Uh,
I'm back home in Canada right now, and I haven't skated in a couple weeks already. And, um, would be pretty rusty going out skating with those guys at this point. So they'll pick guys that are probably just finished. I'm sure Berlin will probably get a couple guys get asked to go because they're still playing. They're in game 5 of their final series. There could be some guys from the Czech league as well. I think they just finished. The Swiss league just finished, so they'll definitely have some guys in Europe to choose from to be the fill-in spots for the second round knockout guys that are coming from Canada.
it's I guess you just needed that extra week or two, and you probably would have got asked to
Yeah.
go back again.
Yeah, if we would have went to the finals and stuck around a little bit, I probably would have got asked again. But all good. Nice to be at home and get some time with the family.
Yeah, you talk about playing lots of hockey. I mean, you played a ton of hockey the last 5 years, 6 years, winning all those championships in Berlin, going late into the end of the spring, early summer, and you just mentioned them. They just won again this year, so like
Yeah.
sick for them. And I think you guys are gonna have a sick team next year too. So it's probably nice that you get this. As much as you wanted to go to the finals this year, probably nice that you get this extra few weeks or month because next year's probably going to be a little bit longer of a year for you.
Yeah, crazy for Berlin. They're still playing, and it's May 1st today. So I hope they get the job done and win the championship. But yeah, for me, it's nice
Oh,
to
did they
get
not win the champion? I thought they just posted that they won, or was that semifinals?
Freiburg won the Swiss league, and Berlin was winning 3-1 with like 5 or 6 minutes left. Then it was 3-2. Then they scored. Then Mannheim scored with 3 minutes left and won in double overtime. So the guys were basically ready to go out, celebrate, and Mannheim made the series 3-1. So now they got to go to Mannheim and try and win there.
Oh
So
shit.
it's
Okay.
game 5 coming up.
Oh, that's crazy. I thought yeah, I saw a post from their account. I thought it was maybe you shared it. I thought that was the championship post. That was a different league or a different team.
Yeah, that was my other old team in Freiburg in Switzerland. They first
Nice.
time they've ever won the Swiss league.
Wow.
There's a guy on their team that's his name is Julian Sprunger. He started playing there in 2002, 2003 when he was 16. He's 40 years old now. Played all the games with the same team. Never won the championship. Finally, his last year, he said he was retiring. They finally won the championship for the first time ever. So
Wow.
they were playing against Davos in the finals, game 7, overtime. So I think it's Lucas Wallmark, Swedish guy, scored game 7 OT winner. So they're celebrating in Davos, like they're going to all their fans. I think they partied in Davos for a little bit and then took a 3, 4 hour bus home, and the 20,000 fans were still waiting for them in Freiburg, just partying crazy. Like they had a whole like stage set up, and I'm sure they probably still haven't slept. They're probably still partying there. So pretty cool to see. You know, I'd say half the guys on the team are still there from when I played there about
Wow.
5 or 6 years ago. So they got a couple new imports and stuff, but pretty cool to see them finally break through and win it for the first time ever.
Perfect storybook ending. Last game of your career, win the championship.
Yeah, what a way to go out.
There's not a lot of turnover for that team then, hey? Like, if most of those guys are still there from when you played.
Yeah, a lot of their Swiss guys are the same. Their goalie's the same. Couple D, a lot of their Swiss forwards. All the imports are pretty much different. I think there's a lot of turnover for imports because you can only have 6 guys playing. When I
Right.
played, there was only 4 guys allowed to play. So, but yeah, they've been a powerhouse the last 3 or 4 years, and they finally broke through and beat Davos, who is a powerhouse over there.
Unreal, man. I love watching the Euro hockey and just seeing the fans like those 20,000 fans just waiting for those guys to come back is like Europe is just so sick. And speaking of like you mentioned how Montreal is kind of like Europe in our last episode, and that clip's been kind of getting a lot of attention on social media, both on Instagram
Yeah.
and TikTok too. It's been moving a little bit, and most people are agreeing. They're like, yeah, like Montreal is the sickest place to play. Um, and people, I think some guy was like, "Have you ever been to Raleigh?" And I was like, I think someone else was tripping him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, Zach was drafted by Carolina, so he could probably speak on that better
I
than
mean,
you guys
yeah,
can.
like a Raleigh playoff game is pretty sweet. A lot of the fans just stand the whole game, especially if it's like game 6 or 7. But even regular season in Montreal, like the fans are nuts. I just feel like it's kind of hard to compare the two. Um, but yeah, the fans in Raleigh are good too. But
Nothing like Montreal, man. I mean, it's home game tonight, game 6. Montreal up 3-2 in the series against Tampa. You think they can get it done?
I think so. I think they've basically been the better team the whole way, and they're getting depth scoring too. They got Doc scoring, crazy goal by Texier. I think he's on the third or fourth line to seal the deal in the last game. So I like the way they're playing. I obviously picked Tampa to win that series, but the Canadians are the only Canadian team left, so I
Yeah.
need the Habs to go, and you need them too if you want a respectable bracket.
Yeah, because I picked them to win the cup. So
So if they lose, then yeah, then you're even if you go 7 for 8 in the first round, it doesn't look that great.
yeah. Interestingly enough, every single game in that series has been a 1 goal game, except so yeah, every game has been 1 goal game. Every game has been a 3-2 final, besides game 1, which was 4-3 in OT.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah,
and like 4 overtime games, right? Or was it?
3 overtime games. So the first 3 games were OT, and then the last 2 were regulation, 3-2.
Yeah, that's been a
Crazy.
good series. It's tight.
Dude, Tampa was sick too. Like I thought we talked about it too. Like you mentioned, betting with my heart, picking the teams that I liked rather than I maybe thought could have a chance. I truly did think Montreal had a shot to win. Um, and but I thought Tampa was gonna put up a hell of a fight too, and they have, and that shows by every game being a 1 goal game, and you never really know what's gonna happen in that series. It's probably as crazy as that Oilers series, just in a different way. That the Oilers Ducks series was high scoring. Guys would score 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then the other team would score 3 goals in the next 5 minutes. It's like, holy fuck, what are we looking at right now? And this, it's
A
like,
lot of the series is like there's 1 goal for one team, and then 10 seconds later, the other team scores right back. It's like
yeah,
so many lead changes and some really good series so far. Obviously, the other one that hasn't finished up yet is Buffalo.
hmm
I think they probably get it done tonight. I'm hoping. I think that series is in Boston
yeah,
tonight, but would be good to see them close it out because I feel like they've been the better team throughout as well.
yeah. That would be great to see. Buffalo is so sick, dude. Like we talked about that the last couple of weeks, how they've just had so many good players go through that program, and they are finally getting a shot to. They're finally performing like people have been expecting them to perform. And I've always loved Boston, but I really want to see Buffalo take that series as well. And then the other one, Vegas, Utah. Vegas is now up 3-2 in Utah tonight. Do you think Utah has a shot to come back? Do you think they can win 2 games in a row?
I think they might win tonight and push it to a game 7 unless they somehow blow another lead like late in the game. But I do think Vegas, the veteran team, is probably going to win one of the next two. But definitely cheering for some game 7s in at least one of the series. I think that's one where I'd like to see a game 7. I'd like to see the Habs close it out tonight,
Yeah.
and I'd also like to see Buffalo. But um, those are big series that still need a little bit of time to finish up. And I do love the Blade gang out in Buffalo. They got their rollerblades on. I saw they were like banging on the drum before the game, and just rollerblading all throughout the city. Some of the videos are insane. So you got to keep those guys going for a couple more weeks at least.
They had Whit and Merles out there skating along the highway too.
That was a good clip, actually. The with the Buffalo sign coming into
Yeah.
Buffalo, so good.
And then Witt trying to chug out of the Saber at the arena, just getting torched. I guess like I didn't think it was like I thought it was a little slow. I didn't think it was that bad. I personally had never been able to chug beer, let alone through a freaking Saber. So I mean, I could probably attest to how tough that would have been in front of 20,000 people. But even Portnoy came out like put out a press release like that was embarrassing. Like what were you doing?
TV angle looked so bad. Like it looked like it was just like sloshing like back and forth as he was like moving his hand.
Yeah,
But
he
then
was like, I don't
I
know what I
saw
was doing with my
another
hand.
angle that was like straight on beside him. It was like a phone camera angle, and it actually looked like a pretty good chug. So I don't know. It obviously he took a lot of heat for it, and pretty funny how viral that went.
Yeah, and especially since what was it in December or November, he was like, "There's a 0.000 chance that Buffalo is making the playoffs or winning a series,"
They
and
give
here
him
they
the
are.
0.0 jersey.
Yeah,
Pretty
and a billboard.
so good.
Yeah, so that 3 games tonight could be some game sevens this weekend, which would be great for a stream. So hopefully that we'll get a game 7 that we can stream. And man, basketball. Let's just touch on NBA before we get out of here. Last night, did you see the Knicks Atlanta Hawks game? 140-89 was the final. In
140
in
to
the
89. I saw at one
140.
point it was like 100 to 50 or something.
Yeah, that was in like the third. It was nuts. Or no, that was yeah, that was in the third. That was I think a few minutes into the third because they scored 80 in the first half, and it would have been 83 to 36 after the half. They were up by
Yeah.
50 the entire game. Nuts.
There's no parity in that league. That's absolutely crazy.
Crazy.
Seems like
Lakers.
easy money on my bookie. You gotta pound those overs. They're not playing defense. 140 points, like 80 points in the first half. That's insane.
Yeah, they scored almost more points in the first half than Atlanta did in the entire game. Nuts. We took Lakers to sweep last week.
Didn't
They're
work
now going to game 6 tonight. So
out.
hopefully the Lakers do not choke and it's in Houston too. So hopefully the Lakers can get it done in Houston tonight. Hopefully they don't ruin this. They were up 3-0.
Don't blow it. Should we double down our bet that they're gonna win tonight?
We might have to double down the bet. Doncic still out. Is it looks like I wonder if Austin Reeves will come back tonight. So we'll see. Maybe they might be getting a guy back. I don't know. I'm looking at the score app here. I don't know how accurate it is, but yeah, we'll double down on MyBookie. We'll send that tweet out today. And Chucky, anything else that you want to touch on before we get out of here?
No, I think that's good.
MyBookie.ag. Thank you, MyBookie, for sponsoring the podcast. Streaming this weekend. NHL tonight, 3 games. See if there's any game 7s. Go Habs. Go Sabres. Go Mammoth. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.